Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vasya Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnamebhyo Namo Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Yes, Hare Krishna. So, I think last class we didn't had. So, we'll do a little bit of revision. Anyone remembers? I think you would have forgotten. Today's session, as all of you are able to see, is session number 8, last session. This work is not all in all. So, we will see how there is work beyond work, and what is the real work, or what is the real goal of our work, what we are doing in this world. So just a brief revision. Anyone remembers last class we discussed about God? Anyone remembers anything? We first discuss about 3 purposes of Bhagavad Gita. Anyone remembers what are the 3 purposes of Bhagavad Gita? Yeah, Dandavad. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, this is the 3 purposes of Gita is understanding our relationship, that is Sambandha. Then Abhideya, reviving our relationship. Then Prayojana, that is how the goal of attainment of love for God.
Yeah, perfect. One very clap of hand. Hare Krishna. Very nice. So, Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan. So, Sambandha is our relationship with God. Prayojan is how to attain that relationship. That what will happen, that attainment of love in that relationship. And Avideya is the process to attain that relationship. So it's relationship and final result of attainment of love in that relationship, and the process, right? So that is the you can take an analogy. Sambandha is matrimonial site, filing in your name in the matrimonial site. Avideya is the process of marriage, and Prayojan is the marriage. Right? You're able to understand? So like that. So this is the 3 purposes, and then we discuss about, does God exist? How do we know that God exists? So we discussed that the definition of God is generator, operator and destructor. So how does God exist? Can anyone else say? Okay, how can we tell to someone scientifically that yes, God exists? Anyone remembers anything? Yeah, anyone?
Yeah. So you cannot see the God, but we can experience God.
Yeah, we cannot see God, we cannot experience God. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Prabhuji, you talk about Fibonacci series.
Yeah, we talked about Fibonacci series and how there is wonderful design in this creation. There is Fibonacci spiral all around. You remember? Yeah, God's fingerprint. We discussed that video. What else? What else? Anyone else?
We can also be godly. We can never be God, but we can also
we can never become God. We can become godly. That we discuss in the end. But we are discussing now, what are the proofs that God exists?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Every creation is created. So,
yeah.
This is one of the proofs that there is some creator of this world.
Yeah, so everything in this world, as Sam Narayan is telling, no, sorry, what happened? Why this is? So everything in this world has a creator. Oh, how come? Everything has a creator. So so many things we manufacture, like this pencil has a creator, Apple. So that means that the nature also has a creator. This is something which we are discussing. Manufactured things require creator and operator. So it must have creator. So God creates and operates the nature. And we were also giving one example that to keep one satellite in the orbit, so much of operations are required, correct? So now so many planets are in the orbit, no operations are required. Huh? Then you put a ball in the orbit just without any operation. Put a small ball. Forget about putting such a big satellite. Put a small ball only in the orbit and let it move around like that. So for putting a small satellite, you require so much of operations. NASA and ISRO and all are working so hard. Then it also requires an operations for putting the planets and making the planets float. There are proper operations behind it and there are people behind it, right? So that is that. And then why God is not visible to our eyes, we were discussing. God exists, He should be visible.
Yeah, our eyes have limitations.
Yeah, our eyes have limitations. No, forget about seeing God. Our eyes have limitations in seeing this world only. Can anyone give an example how our eyes are limited in seeing this world only? Forget about God.
5G network.
We are not able to see 5G network. What else?
Air and atmosphere.
Air and atmosphere not able to see. What else?
Infrared rays, I think.
Infrared rays we are not able to see. Remote control lights rays we are not able to see. So our eyes are not capable of observing even many material things. What to speak of God who is spiritual, right? But then there is a process to see God, and that is spirituality. God can be seen through scriptures, through practice of spirituality, through meditation. We can actually experience God in our life. And in the end, as one person was telling, that can we become God? No, we can never become God. We discussed about 5 A's, how we are different than God, but we can become godly. We can develop godly qualities and become greater than God. Can someone give some examples how a devotee is greater than God? We discussed elaborately last class. Yashoda Maharani controls Krishna, right? By his love. Just like the wife of a president controls the president. The president may control the country, the wife controls the president, correct? So in this way, by love, actually we can become greater than God. That's what we saw. Yeah, very good. So now today we will see a different subject matter. We see that every one of us has some identity and all of us have some functionality related with that identity. Like for example, there is a peon, right? There is a peon. So peon is an identity. And what is the functionality of the peon? He will go and take some chai and tea and biscuit and on the office and do something. So this is the functionality of the peon. Similarly, one is an accountant. So this is an identity. And according to identity, there is also a functionality. Functionality means job description. You have in companies job description. That is what is called functionality, job description. So based on the identity, he has a particular job description. Then there is a manager. Manager is a identity, is a job description. Then there is a CEO in a company. So CEO is also a particular identity, there is a job description. So every person in an organization has three things. One is called identity, functionality, and he is given a particular training how to act in that identity and functionality. Is everyone clear with these three things? हमको एक रोल मिलता है. When we join a company, we get a role. Okay, manager. Then we get a job description of the manager, and we get a training, KT, knowledge transfer of how to act in that role. Correct? Yes? Is everyone able to understand what I am speaking? These are the three things we all have. In whatever responsibilities we are doing, these are the three things we have. There is an identity, there is a functionality, and there is a training to act in that. So, if a peon is artificially behaving like CEO, let us say there is a peon in a company and he goes to the company and he expects everyone should stand up, salam sir, tell him, and he shouts at everyone, "Arey khada kyun nahi ho raha hai? You have to respect me. I am the CEO of the company." Then what will happen? The peon's life will be miserable. Correct? So if we want to live properly in life, we need to align our identities and functionalities very nicely. If a person wants to be happy in an organization, then the accountant has to align himself as an accountant. If the accountant thinks I am peon, then he will forget the accounting and he will go and start distributing tea and coffee to the employees. Then there will be problem in the accounts, and then there will be problem with the person also. Correct? You are able to understand the example? If a peon, if he is a peon, then he has to behave like a peon. If one is a CEO, if he has to behave like a CEO and work like a CEO, and everyone is aligning according to the identity and functionality, then he will be peaceful. And the organization will also go on very nicely. So, if one works according to the real functionality, it brings happiness and satisfaction and nullifies complications in life. So, if one understands one's identity and works according to one's identity or functionality, it helps us to become very peaceful. It brings happiness to our life, right? So, exactly in the same way, just like every identity has a functionality. Let's say, for example, we'll give an example that, let's say, mother. Mother is an identity. So, what is the functionality? Can anyone say?
Take care of the family.
Yeah, take care of family, take care, and then love. What else?
Cooking.
Cooking, okay, mother does cooking, okay. Father also does sometimes cooking, okay. I also was doing cooking, yeah. Cooking and what else? So these are functionalities of...
From our child to survive in this world.
Organization, what kind of organization? She organizes the entire family.
Yeah, he takes care of the entire family's organization. Yes, my mother was fully the organizer of the family. He is the organizer of family.
Divides the work, distributes the work.
Yeah. So correct. A father, what is the father's role? Protection. And
security.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline, correct. Security and all those things. Finances. These are some of the... So, this is an identity, this is a functionality. Similarly, student. So, if you take student, what happened? So, student, it is an identity, then there is functionality. He has to study, he has to go to school. So, all those things. So, there is an identity, and every identity is linked with a functionality. Correct? Exactly in the same way, beyond these identities as body, we have an identity as soul. Then there has to be also functionality of the soul. You are able to understand? If mother is an identity, then there is a functionality, responsibility. Mother means this. Father is an identity, there is a functionality or job description. CEO is a responsibility or identity, there is a job description. then soul is also an identity. Na? Soul, we are actually soul. That's what we studied in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita session, correct? Then the soul will also have a functionality. And this functionality of the soul is called dharma. Like we say, na, dharma. Dharma. People say dharma. The word dharma is used often, but generally dharma's translation is done as religion. Dharma is not religion. Religion is again related to the body. Dharma is related to the soul. You are able to understand the difference between religion and dharma? Religion is related to body. If I am born in a Hindu family, I become Hindu. If I am born in a Muslim family, I am born. So then the body is actually Hindu. But the soul is neither Hindu, Muslim, Christian. The soul doesn't have a religion, it has a dharma. So dharma that our Bhagavad Gita and our Vedic scriptures speak about is basically the functionality of the soul, the job description of the soul. So it is the core job description of the soul. Just like mother is a bodily identity and then it has a bodily functionality. Similarly, apart from the bodily identity of mother, father, boy, girl, student, CEO, manager, so many bodily identities we have, but we also have the spiritual identity as soul. And just like any identity has a functionality, the soul also has a functionality, and that functionality, the job description of the soul, the functionality of the soul is called dharma. Is this clear? Is this word clear? What is dharma to everyone? Right? Is everyone clear about dharma? Yeah, the functionality of the soul is called dharma, right? And if you remember, we discussed about three things. One is called identity. What is the second thing? We discussed about three things. Yes.
Functionality and
functionality. And the third thing?
Train to act.
And the training. You remember? These are the three things. So exactly in the same way, so there is identity, there is soul. Soul is the identity. Functionality is the dharma. And training is called the akarma. So these are the three things that is often used in scriptures in Bhagavad Gita. Atma, soul is Atma, Dharma and Akarma. So soul is identity, Dharma is functionality, Akarma is the training process. Training process to act according to Dharma. है कि नहीं? इसलिए manager has a service description, but he requires training. How to become a manager? How to become a proper manager? The training process of a manager. Similarly, there is a training process of how to act on the platform of soul. How to be a dharmic person. That is called akarma. Is everyone clear about it? Please, everyone mute. So, yes? Is everyone clear now? With these three terminologies, can anyone explain me what are these three terminologies to those who have not spoken till now? I want that these three terminologies are very clear before we proceed. Yes.
Yeah, I can try.
Yeah, please.
Actually, our real identity is soul,
yeah.
not our body.
Yeah.
Then dharma is actually our soul.
Yeah.
Okay, our soul is dharma in the sense that only soul makes the body act.
Correct.
I may be wrong, but this is my take actually. And then akarma is training process to act according to The dharma.
Yeah, perfect. So dharma is, akarma is correct, soul is correct. Dharma is basically the functionality, the job description of the soul. Every identity has a job description, just like we wrote down. Mother has a job description, father has a job description, student has a job description. Soul also should have a job description.
Right.
So that is dharma. The job description of the soul is called dharma. And the training process of how to act in that job description of the soul is akarma. Okay, I think we should proceed now. So these are the three terminologies we will be going through in our future. So dharma. Just like what is dharma of sugar? What is dharma of sugar?
Sweetness.
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 Hey, got stuck. Dharma of salt? Salty. Salty. Dharma of citric acid? Sour taste. So now these three are all white. You see, sugar is white, salt is white, and citric acid is also white. Now if you grind all three of them powder, you will not be able to distinguish. If you tell dharma of the sugar is white, then citric acid is also white, salt is also white. So dharma means that distinguishable quality which distinguishes it from others. You are able to understand? This is second quality of dharma. Dharma means a distinct quality, distinct nature that distinguishes a particular thing from another thing. We do not say dharma of sugar. Just like I asked, immediately someone said dharma of sugar is sweet. No one, I have shown the dharma sugar as white. No one said dharma of sugar is white. Anyone said? Sugar is white, salt is white, citric acid is white, but we never say dharma of sugar is white. Because if we say dharma of sugar is white, it does not distinguish sugar from so many other white materials. But when we say dharma of sugar is sweet, immediately, yes, sugar means sweet. If there is no sweetness in the sugar, then it is not sugar. If there is no saltiness in the salt, it's not salty. It's not salt. There is no sour quality in the citric acid, then it's not acid. So dharma means also a distinct quality that distinguishes from any other substance. So it's the characteristic nature that distinguishes from others. So similarly, there is it's the characteristic nature that distinguishes from others. So similarly, when we speak about dharma of soul, it is some characteristic nature of the soul which distinguishes soul from anything else, and that is to love and serve. Every soul, wherever there is soul, there will always be quality of loving and serving. If soul leaves, then the quality of loving someone, serving someone also goes away, and the chetana, the consciousness goes away. Consciousness is there means there is loving and serving. Wherever there is consciousness, there is loving and serving. And that is the nature of the soul. You see, I'll give an example. So, you see a dog. Now, immediately, if you have observed that you give some dogs on the street some food, they will again come for biscuits or food that you give. And they will not just come for food and biscuits, they will also protect your house. Any intruder comes, they will start barking. Even they are stray dogs. So by nature, Every soul wants to serve. In some way or other, the nature of the soul is to serve and take some service, to love and accept love. That is the dharma of the soul. Now this is actually dharma. Dharma means to love and serve. And it is independent of the body. As soon as we are soul, we want to love someone, we want to serve someone. Right? So why do I need to serve? So parents are serving child, service to nation, there is service to animals, there is wife serving husband or vice versa. We see that in every relationship we want to serve. This is the natural propensity that we have, that is there in every living being, not just humans. Every living being has a natural propensity to serve and love. We all want love in this world. And why we want love? Because it is the dharma of the soul. The soul wants love. The soul wants to express love. The soul wants to experience love. No one is happy if there is no love. Right? And that's how we see in this world that most of the people who commit suicides are because of love breakups. Correct? Sometimes people have so much in this world, but they don't feel loved, they feel lonely, and they get depressed and they commit suicide. Why? Because the soul wants to feel the love of someone. And if there is no love, then people commit suicide. Then people get depressed. What is the use of living if I don't have anyone to love? And we see people who do not have anyone to love, they'll keep a dog to love. Right? So, this is the nature of the soul. This is the dharma of the soul. But if we just try to love everyone and not love God, then our heart will not be satisfied. That is the law of satisfaction. Now one may say, okay, the dharma of the soul is to love and serve. I will love and serve everyone. Yes, you can love and serve everyone, but your soul, your heart will never feel satisfaction. We will only derive satisfaction only when the soul serves God. So that is how, if every action has to be performed as a service to God, because that is our real identity. Our real identity is to love and serve God. And when we love and serve God, we find satisfaction in life. And when we love and serve other people in relationship with God, we find satisfaction. Right? So this will bring happiness and satisfaction in life. And that's how we see that in this world, people want to love so many people, so many things, or so many endeavors they are making. But if we do not find or experience the love of God, we will not experience satisfaction in life. So this art of performing every action as a service to God is called akarma. This is a training process. How to act in every action in our life to express our love for God. And this, when we do, is actually living in the platform of soul. आत्मा के स्तर पे जीना का मतलब है, to live on the platform of soul means to act and do every action as a service to God. So how to do that? That is exactly what is called akarma. Our dharma is to love and serve God, to love and serve everyone. And akarma is how to act in a way that I can love and serve God. So if I love and serve God, it is just like, one may say, Okay, if I love and serve God, what about my family? What about my children? Shall I not love my children, love my family, love my husband, love my wife? Yes, we have to love everyone, but by loving God, it is just like example is given, just by putting water in the roots, the entire tree gets nourished, correct? Yes, if you put water here on the roots, then everyone will get water. But imagine you put water here, lot of water here and no water here, then the tree will get dried, correct? So, if we put love to God, who is the root of, God is the root of all creation, then everyone will be nourished with that love. Our children will be happy, our husband will be happy, my husband will be happy, wife will be happy, children will be happy, employee will be happy, everyone will be happy. If we love God, then everyone will feel the happiness, because God is the root of all creation. It is the root of this creation. Bhagavad Gita explains that how this entire creation is like a big tree, and the root is actually the Krishna. Krishna is the root of all the creation. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Krishna is the source, the root of everything. By serving God, actually by loving God, we start loving everyone. Now how do we do that? Okay, we'll go ahead. So how to do akarma? So akarma, or offering our work to Krishna, offering our love to Krishna, is done in two parts, two ways. Right? So we discussed till now is soul is our identity and dharma is our functionality. So the identity is soul and dharma is to love and serve God. And to love and serve God, how to do that on practical basis is called akarma. And now we are discussing about two ways how to do akarma. Akarma is a short word. It's an acronym for Achyuta Arpita Karma, right? Or we offer our karma to Krishna. Or it is also called apavarga karma. What is apavarga? We will discuss. Apavarga karma. Right? We will discuss apavarga karma later on. Right? So these are the two definitions of akarma. Now what is akarma? Two ways. So first is acting on behalf of Achyuta or Krishna, and second is acting for the pleasure of Achyuta. So acting on behalf of Achyuta is doing all our daily activities as a representative of God. And second, acting for the pleasure of God is performing bhakti to God. So these are the two ways how we perform akarma. First, whatever daily activities are there, we do it in accordance with God's laws as a representative of God. And second one is doing bhakti to God. Right? So we will see this a little elaborately ahead. So first we will see the first A, acting on behalf of God. So we see we have different roles. We are father, we are businessman, we are husband, we are mother, we are engineer. So acting on behalf of God or akarma means doing all these, taking all these responsibilities according to God's laws and taking these responsibilities as representative of God. Instead of thinking, I am husband of someone, one should think, I have been appointed by Krishna for acting as someone's husband. Instead of thinking I am student, I have been appointed by Krishna to be a student. then we should be, how serious and sincere we would be in becoming someone's husband, in becoming someone's wife, in someone becoming a student. So acting on behalf of Krishna means actually to do the activity as a representative of God, to be someone's father as a representative of God, to be someone's son as a representative of God, and follow God's laws in being a representative. And then we need to study God's laws, right? And this is what Bhagavad Gita, this sloka, Krishna explains. So we will recite this verse. So this is Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 30th verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mai Sarvani Karmani. Yes, one person.
Mai Sarvani Karmani.
Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa.
Sanyasya Atma Chetasa.
Nirasir Nirmamo Bhutva.
Nirasir Nirmamo Bhutva.
Yuddhasva Vigata Jvara.
Yuddhasva Vigata Jvara.
Yeah, anyone else? Mai Sarvani Karmani.
Mai Sarvani Karmani.
Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa.
Sanyasya Chetasa.
Nirasir Nirmamo Bhutva.
Nirasir Nirmamo Bhutva.
Yuddhasva Vigata Jvara.
Yuddhasva Vigata Jvara.
So Mai Sarvani Karmani, Krishna is telling, मेरे को सब कर्म अर्पण करके संन्यास्य आध्यात्म चेतसा. And this is actually real sannyas. Real sannyas is not giving up activities. Real sannyas is not doing anything. Real sannyas is doing everything for Krishna or God. Real sannyas is not just sitting and क्या काम है आपका? कुछ नहीं, बस बैठे रहना. Real sannyas is Krishna is telling what? Mai Sarvani Karmani. So Krishna is explaining to Arjuna. Arjuna was telling, I will take sannyas and go away. Krishna is telling real sannyasis work for me. That is real sannyasi. You are able to understand? Then a husband can be also sannyasi. A wife can also be a sannyasi. So this is called Adhyatma Sannyas. There is one called Karma Sannyas and another called Adhyatma Sannyas. So what is Karma Sannyas? Get rid of all the karmic activities. Then you are a sannyasi. That is not advisable. So Krishna is telling Adhyatma Sannyas. You see, Sannyasya Adhyatma Chetasa. Adhyatma Sannyas means doing activities for Krishna, on behalf of Krishna. To give an example, we'll go ahead to take an example. Right? So by doing activities for Krishna, like Duryodhan was also acting and as a soldier, Karna was also acting as a soldier, Arjuna was also acting as a soldier, but there is difference, correct? So that is what is being spoken here as akarma. Duryodhan, Karna, they were doing vikarma or wrong activity, and Arjuna was doing akarma because he was doing karma for pleasure of God as a representative of God. Right? And what will happen if I do karma for God, and what it is actually? To give an example, I'll give an example of a soldier. Let us say one soldier from one community in Calcutta, there is one soldier who got a very great award. He actually killed so many terrorists who were trying to infiltrate into our in the border. So when they were coming there, so the government decided that he should be honored, and he was honored with some Bir Chakra or something like that, and then he came back to Calcutta. When he came back to Calcutta, his community arranged a big celebration. So when his community arranged a big celebration, and he was trying to address, and 200 people had come, and then he was telling how he killed the terrorist. And to give an example of how he killed the terrorist, he killed 1 or 2 civilians who had come to attend the function. What will happen? He should get some chakra. Will he get some chakra? More, another chakra, because he killed 2 civilians. Yes? Huh?
Immediately arrested.
Immediately arrested, correct? And when he is arrested, this soldier will say, the soldier is saying, I killed 6 terrorists there, and either 1 civilian I killed, why you are arresting me? Can he say like this? What was the difference between killing civilian and terrorist? The activity is same, na? Killing only. Right? What is the difference? Can anyone say? Anyone who has not said? What is the difference between killing a civilian, killing a terrorist? Why killing a civilian? Tell. Killing the civilian, killing the terrorist.
No.
What's the difference?
Yeah, killing the terrorist is his responsibility, is karma. But killing to civilian is not his karma. So
why it is not his karma? That is the question I am asking. Why it is?
Because he is a soldier and he is appointed to kill the terrorist and serve our nation.
Okay. A little more. It's quite close, but little more. Why killing civilian is not karma? Why killing terrorist is the karma? Why? Anyone else?
Because killing to terrorist is duty and killing to civilians is crime.
So why it is duty and why is crime? That's what I am asking. Why? Why killing civilian? So, sorry?
Because he killed an innocent person.
Okay, because he is killing an innocent person. Okay, he is telling Vikarmana. Why? Still you are quite close, but you are not able to tell the bullseye answer. Yes.
I believe killing.
Okay, go one by one. Yes, first Arvind, then Syam Narayan. Yeah.
Killing to terrorists is akarma and killing to the civilians is vikarma.
Okay, why it is akarma and why this is vikarma? That's the question I am asking.
Because it's only.
Okay.
In eye of law, killing of terrorist is good, but killing of innocent people is a crime.
Okay, so why it is? So the
it is explained in our what do you call it? It is explained in our Samvidhan, or you can say.
Okay, now all of you are little bit close now. Samvidhan has come. Okay, so now you saw the slide. Okay, sir. So killing a terrorist is authorized by government, correct? And this is not authorized by government, correct? Yes?
yes.
So authorization, and that authorization is actually yoga. When we say na yoga, karma yoga, if you do only karma, then you will not get anything. Karma yoga is akarma. Yoga means connection, authorization. People say, oh, karma is the goal of life. You go outside, they'll say, Arey, what, Prabhuji, you are speaking so much of Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna and doing all these things. Karma hi puja hai. Karma hi karna chahiye. Arey, kaun sa karma puja hai? कर्म तो टेररिस्ट को मारने से भी हो रहा है, सिविलियन को मारने से सेम ही कर्म हो रहा है. तो सिविलियन को जब मार दिया तो उसको भी पूजा कीजिए, माला पहनाइए. Can a soldier who is killing civilian be garlanded? can he respected? It's a crime. That means karma is not puja. Karma yoga, akarma is puja. We cannot say that you can do whatever karma whimsically. Your mind is telling ये मेरा कर्म है and वो पूजा हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. This is not the right thing. Otherwise anyone do anything and they'll say karma is puja. That karma has to be authorized by scriptures, by Bhagavad Gita. Am I doing karma which is authorized or unauthorized? If I am doing authorized karma, then it is called akarma. Akarma means authorized karma. Akarma, a karma. You're able to understand? So if anyone says what is akarma, you can say authorized karma. Simple definition. Just like there is authorized work given by government, if one is doing that, then it is duty. If one is not doing it, it is crime. It is authorized by law, as someone was telling, law says, Sambidhan says. So exactly, Bhagavad Gita is the Sambidhan of life. Now if you don't read Bhagavad Gita, don't understand Bhagavad Gita, then you may be unconsciously doing something out of Sambidhan, and then when you are caught, when you get diseases, when you get sufferings, then you say, Arey, why such a good person I am getting suffering? Arey, not good person getting suffering. You have done something out of Sambidhan. So that is how it is important to understand, to authorize our karma, to understand which karma is authorized. And akarma, working for Achyuta, for Krishna, as a representative Krishna, is called akarma. Is this clear? And what will happen? What is the benefit of doing akarma? Just like by doing karma, any karma, we are bound by reactions. As we saw in the previous sessions, what we saw? Every karma creates some fruit. But if you do akarma, it will not create any fruit. Like someone had asked previously to me that how to get rid of already jo karma hamare paas hai. By doing akarma, everything, whatever accounts are there, everything gets vanished. By acting on behalf of God, we get vanished everything. Like Arjuna. So Arjuna, he also killed so many people in the war, but he didn't got any reaction for killing those people. Why? Because he was acting for God. That doesn't mean that we start killing people, but if we are a soldier authorized by government to kill terrorists, we don't get reactions of that killing, correct? Exactly in the same way, if we are a king and we are punishing the criminals and killing the criminals on behalf of God, we don't get the reactions. So by acting on behalf of Achyuta, we don't get karmic reactions. So that is the first benefit of akarma. So by doing akarma, the first benefit is we don't get binded by reactions. And just like the sun takes the salty water and converts it into sweet water, by offering our work to Krishna or God, actually the saltiness of the work goes away. Every work has some saltiness, some frustration, correct? Every work involves certain frustration, certain amount of frustration, whether you work as a CEO or a manager or a peon, as someone's father, mother, student, child. Definitely some frustration is there. Some, क्या उसको बोलते हैं, खट्टापन is there. In little bit of खट्टा चीजें होता है, little bit of troubles are there. But by working as a representative of God, the experience becomes blissful. Because you are working as a representative of God, right? Krishna is like Surya Sama. Krishna is like sun. He takes out the saltiness and makes every work and his experience as sweet as possible, right? So this is second benefit of working as representative of God, right? And by working for Lord, it is we only benefit. कोई बोलेगा अरे भगवान के लिए काम करने से क्या फायदा, मेरे को क्या फायदा होगा? भगवान के लिए काम करने से आपको ही फायदा होगा. I'll give an example. Let us say one person got a job, right? And he got a job in Bangalore. He's working in Bangalore, but his office is 2 hours distance. And he goes to office in bus. So he's going in bus, public transport, and it takes 2 hours to go to the office, 2 hours to come back, 4 hours and 10 hours of office. So almost 14 hours goes. So then he decides, this is not going to work like this. Then going to office every day in public transport, very dangerous, very tiring. I should purchase a bike. Then he has 2 possibilities. So he is earning, let's say, 25,000 per month, and 15,000 goes in the daily work and all those things. It goes, and then he saves 10,000. Out of 10,000, he saves 8,000 for the bike, and 2,000 he goes here and there, little bit spends here and there. So 8,000 he spends, and then he wants to purchase a 1 lakh rupees bike. So how many months it will take? Minimum 12 months, correct? Or maybe more than that, 13, 14 months it will take. So case 1 is, he purchases a bike, son purchasing a bike after saving so many months. Now the same son, what he does is, he gives 8,000 rupees, what he is saving, he sends it to his father. First month salary, पापा ये ले लो, कुछ मैं आपके लिए कुछ watch खरीद लिया, कुछ सूट खरीद लिया, father के लिए, mother के लिए, something I purchased. And then the father is asking, अरे बेटा, you are going to office, how you are going, you are giving this money, what will happen? No, papa, the office is 2 hours late, 2 hours distance, I am going in public transport, coming back in 2 hours. And then the father gets concerned. Oh, 4 hours you are spending like that. And immediately next day the father sends a bike. Correct? So son gained in case 2 or case 1? This is how, by working for God, we only gain. God doesn't gain. So case 1 is working ourselves. खटना है, मेरे को savings करना है, I have to save. Case 2 is work on behalf of God, and then God will provide. That doesn't mean that in second case the son gave up the job. Second case also the son is doing job. First case also the son is doing job. But in second case the son got benefited because he served his father. Exactly in the same way, if we serve our eternal Father Krishna, then it is we who is going to get benefited. It's not Krishna who is going to get benefited. We must understand this. Is everyone clear with this example? So in this way, working as a representative of Lord, we get benefited, right? And there will be also local and global harmony. So imagine these are 3 circles, intersecting circles. So they have 3 centers. This is husband center. This is wife circle. And then there is son circle. Then what will happen? These 3 circles have 3 centers. All are intersecting. There is so much of jhagda. Correct? But imagine everyone is in the family is making God as the center. So this is husband, this is wife circle, son circle, all relatives circle. Then there will be harmony, no intersection. Correct? So if we make our ego as the center of our life, then there will be so many chaos, classes. And that's how there are so many classes in the family. Because husband, he has his ego and he keeps his ego in the center. The wife keeps her ego in the center. The son keeps his ego in the center, and then there will be fight. But by working as a representative of God, we are keeping Krishna or God in the center. And then there will be no fights. So there will be local and global harmony if all of us keep God in the center. Okay, so this is also another benefit of serving as representative of God. And the second A is, this is first A. First A is what? Representative of God. And the second A of akarma is pleasure of God, working for pleasure of God. I'll tell you a story. Please hear this story. This is almost the last story. So, you know about Tansen and Akbar. So, the Tansen was a beautiful singer. When Tansen would sing, there will be sometimes rains when he would sing the rain ragas. And Akbar used to get mesmerized with the singing of Tansen. So one day Akbar called Tansen and said, "Oh Tansen, you sing so well. Who is your guru?" So Tansen said, "My guru is Haridas, Pandit Haridas. He lives in Vrindavan." So Akbar said, "I want to go and meet your guru and pay my homage, pay my respect to your guru. So such nicely he has trained you." So then Akbar and Tansen, they start living, they left Agra to Vrindavan to meet Tansen's guru. But then Tansen said to Akbar that, "Jahanpana, you cannot come in your kingly dress to meet my guru. My guru doesn't meet anyone who comes in the kingly dress. You have to wear normal dress." Akbar said, "Okay, I will wear normal dress. Both of us will go to meet Haridas, Pandit Haridas." And then both of us started. On the way, Akbar said to Tansen that, "You see, Tansen, my real desire was that I want to hear the singing of your guru. If you sing so well, how your guru will sing? I want to hear that. So that is how actually I am coming." And then Tansen feels, my goodness, how do I ask my guru to sing for this fellow? And why he will sing? And how can I instruct my guru to sing in front of him? So then Tansen was a little afraid what to do now in this situation. And then both of them went, and Haridas was very happy to meet Tansen. He was not knowing that Akbar has come. He received them, gave them some prasad and everything, and both of them ate and everything. And Akbar was again and again showing signals to Tansen, "Tell your guru to sing, tell your guru to sing, tell your guru to sing." And Tansen was in great anxiety, what to do now? How do I tell my guru to sing? And so he doesn't know. So then Tansen started singing. So Tansen started singing in wrong meters, with wrong dhun and in wrong ragas. So when Tansen started singing with wrong meters, wrong dhun, wrong ragas, then his guru became angry. He said, "Arey, what Tansen? Living with that Akbar and in Agra, you have forgotten everything. Sing like this." And then Tansen again started singing. Again he made mistakes. So third time when Tansen made mistake, then Haridas took up the Tanpura. You know Tanpura? He took up the Tanpura and Haridas started singing. And when Haridas started singing, it felt as if the entire world stopped for a while. It was like everything got stand still, and Akbar was like jaw stuck. My goodness, what a voice, what a melody, what a tune. And Akbar was like jaw stuck, completely spellbound for the next 15 minutes. And then after Haridas sang and completed everything, and Akbar was still spellbound, and then Haridas said, "This is how you should sing. You should come again and again and riyaz in front of me, practice in front of me. You have forgotten certain of the things." And Tansen said, "Yes, I have forgotten. I'll come often." And both of them departed. And then on the way, then they became late in the night, took rest. And the next day, when Tansen came to Akbar's court, Akbar said, "My goodness, it was such an experience. Your guru sings so well, so well, so well. But in the night, I got another question," Tansen said. And Akbar said to Tansen, he said, "What question, Jahanpana? Why you are not able to sing like your guru? That means you have not taken your lessons properly. I think you should go to Vrindavan and learn more." And to this, Tansen said, "I will not be able to sing like my guru." Akbar said, "Why?" Then Tansen said, I am singing for the pleasure of Jahanpana of Bharat, Hindustan. And my Guru is singing for the Jahanpana of the entire creation, Krishna. And definitely there will be difference. So this is for acting for the pleasure of God. We can sing for Jahanpana of Hindustan. It will have certain level of satisfaction to us and to others who hear it. But when we sing for the Jahanpana of the creation, it will have a different satisfaction to both us and also to others. Similarly, we can work as a representative of God, but if we work for giving pleasure to God, whatever work we have, if we really want to please Krishna, please God with that activity, then that activity gives supermost satisfaction, supermost fulfillment in life when we really love God and work for loving God. And that is how Krishna is telling in the one of the verse in Bhagavad Gita we will recite, that we need to perform direct service to God, and that is called bhakti. So there is karma, and then there is akarma, and then there is bhakti. So what is bhakti? Akarma is becoming representative of God, doing your karma authorized way according to Krishna. And bhakti is offering it out of love to God. So we will recite this verse and we'll end. Manmana bhava mad bhakto.
Manmana bhava mad bhakto.
Madhyaji mam namaskuru.
Madhyaji
mam namaskuru.
Namaskuru.
Mame vashyasi yuktevyam.
Mame vashyati yuktam.
Atmanam matparayana.
Atmanam matparayana.
Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Krishna is telling, always think of me. Manmana, mind mein mera chintan karo. Mad bhakto, become my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, offer obeisances to me. Then one may say, oh Krishna, why you are telling all these things? Then mam evashyasi yuktavyam, and by always being absorbed in me, atmanam matparayana, you will come back to me and you will find satisfaction and fulfillment in me. So one should understand that we may work so much, so hard, but if we work for pleasure of God, that will give us satisfaction and give others also satisfaction. So the goal of life is to perform akarma, not karma. And akarma is of two types. One is whatever material duties we have, we are employee, we are boss, we are father, mother, whatever material duties we have, we act as representative of God. If we are boss, we become the best boss as a representative of Krishna. If we are employee, we become the best employee as a representative of God. If we are husband, we become the best husband as a representative of God. So this is first level of akarma. And the second one is performing something for the pleasure of God, chanting the names of God, doing some puja to the God, to Krishna, offering some food items to Krishna. These are all activities which gives us the most inner fulfillment, because we are doing according to the nature of our soul. That is real dharma. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. So we completed 8 sessions of our Bhagavad Gita Basics course, and I think I have given all the PDFs. I think Vikram or Bhisma would have put. So try to read them. And next class, or maybe next to next class, what do you suggest? Next class, can we do some small test, or next to next class? So you need.
Next to next class.
Okay, next.
Sunday is also our working days.
Okay, so next to next class. Okay, ठीक है. How many of you say raise hand next to next class? Okay, everyone. Okay, very good. So next class, we'll have a small evaluation. Next class, we'll give all of you a holiday. All the classes are there in the YouTube. I think the playlist Vikram can put again. You can hear them with little bit of 1.5x or 2x. You can hear them, do a little bit of revision. Classes will be very simple. The answers, questions will be very simple, understanding based. Don't be afraid of the exam. It will not be like that type of exam or JEE Advanced or JEE Mains or IIT, not like that. Simple, but it will be understanding. Okay, Hare Krishna, who is speaking? I think we are not able to hear you properly. Oh, questions will be multiple choice. It will be simple multiple choice. You have to just fill it up. A, B, C, D, like that. But there will be multiple answers to one question. Like one may have A also, B also, C also, and A, B, C, D, all four also. That's the only trick. Okay. So that means you really need to read the question and read the points very nicely. Okay. So yes, anyone has any question?
Prabhuji, in case if you miss the assessment due to some medical reasons,
yeah,
how can we?
So the assessment will be a simple link, so you can do the assessment later on. That's not a problem. But our next session, Bhagavad Gita Advanced, will depend on the assessment. We will though at least we'll have a proper revision of the basics, and then we will enroll for advanced. Like for the Bhagavad Gita basics course, we didn't had any prerequisite. We didn't had anything like, but for the advanced, we'll have some prerequisite. People have to solve certain things and here. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Any question? Great. Amazing. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.